All right, good morning everyone. Thanks for joining us for our second session in college and beyond.
Good morning.
Good morning. So, how's everyone doing this week?
Good.
Feeling good?
Good.
All right, I wanted to quickly remind you, this is our group session on, you're all first generation college goers. You've been accepted to 4-year universities, and we're trying to kind of help you navigate that first year so that you know what to expect, you're prepared, and you will succeed beyond this 4 years and hopefully, attain your career goals. So last week, I had you guys print out the maps and you highlighted the public transportation. I got all those this week. Thanks for turning them in.
That was hard.
Was it? It was hard? What was hard about it?
To figure out where all the ground transportation was.
It was hard to figure that out. Yeah. What did you have to kind of Google that separately and figure out their routes? And yeah, do you feel a little bit more comfortable with the area? You're at University of Texas, right? So you feel a little bit more comfortable about the campus now?
It was hard to me because I couldn't find the best fishing spot.
Oh, it didn't really label the best fishing spot. So fishing is something that you enjoy doing?
I love it.
Oh, great. Well, we're going to be able to incorporate that in our lesson a little bit later. Terrific.
And mine was exciting, but scary because Davis is ginormous. But there's a lot of bicycle trails, so I think I'm just going to stick to my bike and stay close.
Great. But Davis is such a bike-friendly campus. That's great. And to already be aware of that, and do you have a good, safe bike lock? Because I know coming from this rural area, bike theft, that's something to be thinking about.
Yeah, I don't have a bicycle and I get claustrophobic on buses. So I think I'm just going to get around my battery-powered skateboard.
Oh,
And then I don't have to leave it outside for somebody to steal. I can just pick it up and put it underneath my chair in class.
I've never seen a battery-powered skateboard.
Well, even though I live up in the mountains, we have a lot of spare time, so we experiment with stuff. So yeah, I kind of experiment with one. I think works pretty good, so that's what I'm going with.
Very cool. Very nice. Great. How about you, Brent?
Yeah, I found definitely found the public transportation. Buses don't bother me too much. I'll probably ride on that, but I found some good restaurants that look pretty fun to try out. Found the local surf shop.
Great.
And a couple bike shops too. So
Nice. Great.
got
So-
some places I want to check out.
Great, terrific, and I'm glad that assignment worked out. I'm going to have you guys start today. College, it's kind of a time for a new beginning. You have ended, your public education from kindergarten to 12th grade, and you are starting off on a new journey. You'll be away from home, away from the friends you've developed these 12 years you've been in school. Yes?
One of my friends is going to Hilton too.
Oh, well, that's terrific. So you'll know someone there. That's great.
And we think we might share the same room.
Oh, great. You've requested that. You've requested a roommate. That's nice. It is good to, keep your options open and make friends, outside of the friends that you know. But so going back to this first assignment, what we're going to do, college, it's a time to start over, but it's also, in order to be successful, it's important to still be true to yourself. Not try and blend in or be someone different because of, the groups that you fall in with quickly. It's important to really be true to yourself and really grow as an individual during college. So what I want you to do, we have a piece of paper with a heart here. So the name of the session is Home is Where the Heart Is. So we're going to figure out how to take home to our large university, and we're going to do that within ourselves. So I want you in the center of the heart to write 3 adjectives that describe you, yourself. And then on the outside of the heart, I want you to write or draw a couple pictures of activities you like to do, like your hobbies. So the inside of the heart, it's, personal characteristics, adjectives about who you are.
Is this a take-home assignment, or are we doing it right now?
We're doing it. We're just going to spend a couple minutes, so, jot it down quickly. The inside is a couple things, a couple adjectives about yourself, and then the outside is your hobbies and your interests. And I'll go ahead and do it as well. Take some of these pens and bring them down.
So is it
3, yes. 3 would be great. A couple other colors down here.
copy.
Okay, you guys, let's try and keep it down a little bit and focus because we don't have a
I'm
lot.
copying him.
Finn, we don't have a lot of time in the session, so let's try and focus so we can get this done and share our papers.
So you're supposed to write your hobbies down.
And then my hobbies? Where? Oh, your
On
hobbies.
the
Hobbies
outside.
or adjectives? Oh.
Adjectives on the inside and then hobbies on the outside.
What school did you get into, Brett? Just curious.
I'm trying to remember here.
UCI.
UCI, thanks for asking, Michael.
Dougal.
Dougal.
Near the ocean.
So you guys will just have about one more minute so we could kind of jot down those last thoughts.
I know you like fishing, Finn.
Oh, yeah.
And Brent, you had mentioned surfing was a hobby of yours.
Yep, definitely is.
And you said hunting was a hobby of yours.
Maybe he hunts for big waves.
Maybe. Maybe his waves hunt him.
Ooh. That's pretty good.
All right, so I'll start off by sharing my heart that I filled out. As you know, you can kind of wrap up your last thoughts, but if everyone, as people share, remember this is kind of a confidential space and supportive space, so only positive feedback. So in the center of my heart, the adjectives to describe myself are caring, optimistic, and creative. And my hobbies on the outside, things I enjoy doing, gardening, cooking, photography, and swimming. So, should we go this way,
Okay.
Julie?
I described myself as adventuresome or adventure seeking, thoughtful or quiet, and eager to learn.
All right.
And the hobbies I like are bicycle riding, gardening, and skiing.
Nice.
Well, we have some things in common, Julie. My adjectives are independent, quiet, and curious. And my hobbies, I like to play the dulcimer. I like to go backpacking. I like vegetable gardening, and I also like home brewing.
Oh, wow. So yeah, you do have some commonalities with Julie. That's great. Finn,
Yeah.
what are the adjectives on the inside of your
adjectives
heart?
are fast, funny, and nice.
Ooh.
In my nouns.
Your hobbies?
Hobbies are swimming, baseball, fishing, and hunting.
Great. Wyatt,
My hobbies are
let's start with the inside of the heart, the adjectives.
my adjectives to describe me are funny, nice, and strong.
Ooh.
And I like hunting, skiing, hiking, swimming, skiing, and baseball.
Great.
Cool.
Brian?
My adjectives were energetic, fun, and athletic. And I like surfing, hunting, fishing, and camping.
Great. All right. So we've identified.
Can I use the restroom real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll keep going for the sake of time. But now that we have all kind of shared who we are and things that we like to do, we're going to move on with kind of things to do this summer to prepare for college. And I have some lists that I'm going to pass out. So I know, typically first time college students are in a dorm, but something that I think will be helpful for kind of the long-term success at college, if for at least 1 week this summer, if you guys did some meal planning and budgeting for groceries for the week, so you can figure out how to get a list of ingredients. Yes, Finn?
How many dollars do we have to pay?
Well, that's something that you can kind of figure out with your family, like how, what will be affordable. The purpose of this exercise is to kind of realize the actual cost of, eating and cooking, and so being able to budget wisely is something that's really important for college students, because a lot of the time it's the first time you're out, in charge of your own money, and some students will have the tendency to kind of overspend their first few months, and then they don't have as much money to live on the remainder of the semester or year even. So it's really important to kind of pace yourself and kind of learn how to manage your money. So if at some point this summer you guys could plan meals for your family and do the grocery shopping, even if you do it with your mom to kind of calculate and understand how much money is being spent. I also think it's important for you guys to start doing your laundry this summer. I don't want you guys to get overwhelmed, trying to figure out how to do it that first week and have that be a distraction. I want you guys to already be in a good rhythm with your laundry. Yes, Finn?
I don't really know how to fold laundry.
I think Miss Hilton said that's the point of the extra, because we're going to have to start doing this in college, so we got to learn.
Exactly.
I don't really know how to do laundry either.
Yeah, but
we better figure it out.
You can start
I
practicing
just always,
this summer.
when my mom said to do laundry, I just always bundled it up and threw it in the washer.
Well, so this will be a good time to really ask your mom for tips while she's there. Maybe she can help you and kind of show you the proper practices before you get to school. Also, I think it'd be great, I know a number of you already have part-time jobs after school, but if you don't, getting a part-time job to start saving up some money for college. Also building the resume and kind of developing some skills that can help you get part-time jobs while you're at college after you get your feet on the ground. So I also want to remind you guys, I know I come into your English classes and remind you a lot, but you need to check your student portals and stay up on the deadlines for deposits and information. So make sure throughout the summer you guys are really staying up on your school emails and your college portals. So for the sake of time, we're going to move on a little quickly to our last handout. It's things to do the first few weeks of college. I want you guys to arrive with kind of a game plan and with some things to focus on. Yeah, thank you. So, I think it's really important for you guys to know your campus. So, so you're going to print out your schedule, and I want you guys to walk through and identify which lecture halls or classrooms your classes will be taking place in. And I also think it's important to figure out, all your professors are going to have what's called office hours. And it's important to kind of know where your professor's office is and figure out the times he's holding his office hours. So if you do need to go ask questions, you'll know where to do that and what times that'll be available.
Do you think that the offices will be close to the classroom?
Sometimes, but not always. Sometimes, especially your first year at college, you'll probably be in some large lecture halls. The majority of the campuses you guys are going to are pretty big. So the lecture halls will be really large size and in certain places of the campus. And then the professor will have his office over in a separate building. Yes?
May I use the restroom?
Yes, try to be a little quick though, because we're trying to wrap it up here. Okay, and then the next thing I think would be important is for you guys to find a study place. Go find a place that that's where I'm going to get a lot of work done, and kind of have that picked out. Whether it be a nice corner in the library that has great lighting. Do you guys have a particular place that you study at home right now? Always the same place?
My dad's office.
So you'll go down and join him at work, and
Yes.
are you on a desk? Is there?
A small little table.
Okay, nice. So maybe you'll be able to find a place on campus that kind of reminds you of that spot. Yeah.
Or could you go to a coffee shop or
A
something?
coffee, a lot of people do like kind of the hustle bustle of stuff happening around them. You know, the only problem with a coffee shop is sometimes you feel like you need to always be purchasing an item there, and so that can get a little bit expensive. But every now and then to mix it up, you know, if there's, you know, a nice area to sit and study, good lighting, coffee shops can be an attractive spot to study. And sometimes people really like studying outdoors, whether it's a picnic table, but if you do that, I recommend having a backup place in case the weather's bad.
At home, we don't have a lot of room to study, so I go to the public library, and I like that because they have free Wi-Fi.
Right.
And so a lot of times I need to go on the internet for my homework, and so I'm gonna, hopefully the college has free Wi-Fi too, so
Absolutely.
I can,
Yeah, and that brings up a great point, Dugold. Having going and figuring out how to log on to the internet before classes start, so you know that you'll be ready to go. A lot of professors request assignments to be submitted online these days, so knowing that, you know, knowing how to log on and all of that information will be really important that first week. Yeah. And then another thing, in the first week or two of school, campuses usually put on like an orientation fair or a club and organization fair. And so there'll be booths all over campus with all different types of clubs, organizations, and I strongly encourage you guys to at least give your email address. I want you to attend those, and I want you to give your email address to at least 4 clubs. And I really encourage you to go to the 2 first meetings of at least 2 of those clubs. Going to those first meetings by yourself is always kind of the hardest spot to be like, gosh, who's going to be there? What if they all know each other? They're upperclassmen. Where am I going to sit? But if you go through that twice, you know, you'll start developing those relationships, and the different clubs on campus are a great way to kind of create a smaller community and a smaller home on the large campus. So a number of you mentioned that you really like hunting. Maybe there's, you know, a skeet shooting club, or fishing. There's probably a fishing club or a camping club. Yes, Ben?
Isn't there a rule no guns at school?
There is, but maybe clubs don't necessarily always have to meet on campus. There's probably shooting ranges that you could go to, you know, off campus. A lot of the upperclassmen will have cars. You know, you can carpool. There's a lot of freedom at college. You can go beyond the campus with your clubs. In college, I was on a ski club, and I know a number of you mentioned you like skiing, and we got really great discounted prices for ski passes, and we'd all carpool, and there was a house that the university owned actually that we could go stay in for free, so it made it really affordable. So don't be, you know, intimidated. A lot of schools have great deals in music. I mean, there's a lot of neat music clubs, and there are going to be hundreds of clubs and organizations. You guys it'll be really exciting, but I really encourage you to give out your email addresses to at least 4, and then at least attend 2 of the first 2 meetings of 2 of the clubs, and try to create those relationships. And I also think it's really important for you guys to really get comfortable being alone. I know that's kind of hard coming from a small community, and you know, you all in the first session explained how close you were with your family, but really becoming comfortable with yourself and who you are and enjoying that time alone will really make you, you know, more comfortable and successful in college. So whether you have a picnic one day a week by yourself in the sunshine in the grass, or have a walk that you normally do through campus, really kind of collect your thoughts, but just really get comfortable being alone. And I think you could start practicing that this summer a little bit. Like really, you know, alone time can be really healing and therapeutic. So are you guys, does that seem like a weird request? Do you?
No, I've got a job for the Forest Service at a fire lookout, so I'm gonna be alone all summer. So I should be pretty good at that by the time school starts.
Yeah, absolutely. You might be able to share some, you know, now with social media, we all can be, you know, connect after this program, but you could maybe give us all some tips after that. That would be
It'd
terrific.
be a good time to experiment with some off-road tires on that electric skateboard you're
Well,
talking
actually, I'm gonna use it as a time to play my dulcimer. But
Okay.
thanks for the suggestion.
Okay, and moving on, the 5th point that will be really important the first few weeks of college is good study skills. I know that you guys all have worked really hard to get to the point where you're at right now, and I know we've been working through that in high school, but the college level studying, you know, it's the next level. And a tip that I wanted to give you that I think it was really helpful for me, and it's proven to be really helpful, is after you attend a lecture and you write your notes, within 30 minutes, if you sit down and you reread all your notes, it will refresh all of the topics that were just talked about, and it just cements that information in your head so much more. So take a minute, you know, that alone time I was talking about, find a great spot after class, get a cup of coffee or a water, drink your water bottle, and just read through your notes again and just constantly refresh that information, and it'll really, you know, you'll really retain it well doing that. And I also would recommend not to go home on the weekends for the first 2 months of college.
Wow.
I don't know if any of you guys are, you know, a number of you are going really far away, but some of you a little bit closer. But it's really important. A lot of the students that have a hard time finishing school, they keep going home, they keep staying with their friends from high school, they keep their connections at home, and they don't fully transfer, you know, their energy and time and connections to college. It's really important to get yourself secure and connected at college. Do the fun stuff on the weekends. You know, build your relationships with the students in your dorms and the new clubs that you're joining. Really get that secure before you start going home.
What's a dorm?
The dorm is where we're going to be where you're going to be living that first year. You know, it's usually a building with a couple different floors, long hallways, and bedrooms on either side. But so thank you guys so much for participating. Next week, we're really going to focus on your plan, your education plan in college, and how to deal and cope with plans if they have to change. You know, how to create a plan B and a plan C, and how to really, you know, how to adapt when need be so that we can achieve our goals and adjust them so that we can be successful in college.
Sounds great.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
All right.
Do you guys have any questions? Do you have any
Well, why did
questions?
they pick the schools they did if they like skiing? Because there's no skiing in Texas or
I never
South Carolina.
Plenty of water skiing and stuff.
Oh, water
Yeah.
skiing. Oh, that's good.
It's actually
Yeah.
I'm
right
just
on Lake
curious.
Hartwell there.
Oh, wow.
And there's like kiwi.
Yeah.
Lake Kiwi's pretty close by.
Lake
yeah,
Cuba.
I've heard
You've
about
done your
it.
homework. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Thank
Probably
you.
been- Yeah, thank you guys
Thanks,
so
Miss
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.